Hey guys, so tomorrow is 9/11. Um 23 years ago I was actually in DC. Working for the senator and watched live just like the rest of the nation as the second plane hit the second tower. Um Not long after, we get word in the senator's office that a car bomb had gone off down at the State Department. Well, that car bomb turned out to be the plane hitting the Pentagon. We were After that plane hit, we were told to evacuate the Capitol. At first, it wasn't a mandatory. We were going to keep a skeleton crew in the office and continue to try to get a hold of the state offices. But then shortly after, they said that there was another plane heading to D.C. and the Capitol was the target, and so we had to evacuate. While the chief of staff tried to get went and took the senator out of the district, the rest of us rendezvoused at the assistant press secretary's house and set up shop to try to get out and get a hold of the state. We just, well, of course, like everybody else, we were in shock. But we were working in a target. We were working in the Capitol when when all this was going down. Um, Flight 93, it's been pretty well established that Flight 93's target was the U.S. Capitol. Um, I, like everybody else that I was working with and everybody else on the Hill, um, will forever owe a great debt of gratitude to the passengers of Flight 93. Um, to me, they were the first heroes of the war on terror. And I believe every one of them, even though they weren't military, earned the Congressional Medal of Honor that day. I hope to one day make a trip to Shanksville to say thank you for what they did. Um, it was a crazy day, turned into a crazy week and a crazy few months. I lived 18 miles from the Capitol. It usually took 45 minutes to get home. It took me 6 hours. Because when we finally left the assistant press secretary's house, in order for me to get out of the district, I had to go up into Maryland and go all the way around the Beltway. And then, of course, we didn't go to work for a week. I got about 4 hours of sleep that whole week because nothing but news coverage. Um, it was one of those things, like the Kennedy assassination. You remember where you were when it happened. Um, they just don't. There's just something eerie when you drive to work and you see the giant hole in the side of the United States military headquarters, the Pentagon, knowing 100 plus people died in there, plus those on the plane. Um, but it didn't stop there. Later on, in the weeks to come, we were evacuated 3 times for bomb threats. Um, then the anthrax attack happened, which happened almost. It happened one floor up and over from my office. They were putting plastic up outside my office in the senator's office. Um, it's something. This is a day that I have carried with me ever since, and everybody that ever worked there has carried with them. Um, 9/11 isn't a joke. It's a date just like Pearl Harbor that never needs to be forgotten. I'm sorry, but it's a date that people that weren't born then don't understand. The whole world changed. America changed in an instant. The week before I went on vacation, I left DC to go on vacation. I showed up to the airport 10 minutes before my flight, got through security, got on board, no problems. And there's like 6 people on the flight. The crew outnumbered us. The next time I was able to fly, which was in late October, to come home from my sister's wedding, the airplane was full and you had to be there 3 or 4 hours early to get on the flight. So when we remember 9/11 tomorrow, remember the heroes of Flight 93 that saved countless lives in DC by making phone calls on the plane, realizing what's happening, and standing with one voice saying, no more. We are going to do everything we can to take this plane back. And they fought to the bitter end to save countless lives on the ground. Not to mention the fighter pilots that were looking for the plane, who were unarmed and were going to have to give their lives if they found the plane to take the plane out. Never forget the 3,000 plus people that died in the towers, the people that died at the Pentagon, and the people that died at Shanksville, Pennsylvania. But that's in a nutshell my story on 9/11. I hope you all have a great night. I hope you all have a good day tomorrow. But remember what happened. Thank you and good night.